we'll be talking about an injury that can occur at the shoulder joint. And for that, we'll be addressing the rotator cuff tears. So first, we'll be looking at what it is. So a rotator cuff tear is a common cause of pain and disability among adults. So in 2013, 2 million of people in the United States were affected by rotator cuff tears. So these tears will actually weaken your shoulder. So this means that daily activities like combing your hair or getting dressed will be painful and difficult to do. I'll be looking at a description of what it is. So when one or more of the rotator cuff tendons is torn, the tendon no longer fully attaches to the head of the humerus. And mostly the tear occurs at the supraspinatus tendon. So there are different types of tears. You have a partial tear and a full tear. So the partial tear, also known as an incomplete tear. So what it does is it damages your tendon, but it does not completely sever the tendon. The full tear, also referred as the complete tear, separates your tendon from the bone. So basically, if you try to picture of what is actually happening, there's a hole in the tendon. Now we'll look at the causes of the rotator cuff tears. And for that, there are two main causes. So one is the acute tear, the other one is the degenerative tear. So the acute tear or the injury, so it happens usually when the person falls on an outstretched arm or they lift something too heavy with a jerking motion. The degenerative tear or the degeneration of the rotator cuff is usually due to the result of a wearing down of the tendon that occurs slowly over time. And this degeneration naturally occurs as we age, as we grow older. And it usually happens at the dominant arm. For that, there are several factors contributing to the tear. One is the repetitive stress. So repeating the same shoulder motions again and again can stress your rotator cuff muscles and tendons. And participating in activities like baseball, tennis, rowing, and weightlifting can contribute to the tear. Secondly, the lack of blood supply. So as we get older, the blood supply in our rotator cuff tendons lessens. And this becomes an issue because without a good blood supply, our body's natural ability to repair tendon damage is impaired. So this can lead to the tear. And finally, the bony spurs is another cause. Bony spurs or bone overgrowth often develop on the underside of the acromion bone. So what happens is when we lift our arms, the spurs rub on the rotator cuff tendon. And this is a condition called shoulder impingement, which can lead to the tendon tear. So now we'll be looking at risk factors contributing to a rotator cuff tear. So people over 40 years are at greater risk. Now we'll look at the symptoms. So pain at rest at night. So you want to avoid lying on the affected shoulder. Pain when lifting and lowering your arm with specific movements. Weakness when lifting or rotating your arm. So for example, shoulder abduction can become an issue when you have a rotator cuff tear. Finally, a crackling sensation when moving your shoulder in certain positions. We will end this video with the elbow joint, and for that we'll be discussing about a condition called the olecranon bursitis, also referred as student's elbow. So olecranon bursitis is an inflammation and swelling behind the elbow. It often clears on its own. I will give a definition of the condition. So bursitis means inflammation of the bursa. So the bursa at the back of the elbow over the olecranon is the most common bursa to become inflamed. So inflammation causes swelling and extra fluid to be made behind the elbow. So this causes a soft lump or fluid to form at the back of the elbow, just like what I showed previously. So now we'll talk about the causes of olecranon bursitis. First, we have mild but repeated injury. This is a common cause. So for example, people who lean on their elbows a lot, so it causes friction and repeated mild injury over the olecranon. Then we have repeated movements. So for example, those who participate in sports involving throwing by raising the arm above the head, in cricket, baseball or javelin. Then we have what we call the one-off injury. So what this means is a blow to the back of the elbow, which can set inflammation. Arthritis can be another cause. So one or more bursae may become inflamed as part of a generalized arthritis. Finally, the infection of a bursa. So this can occur if there is a cut on the skin over a bursa. So it will allow bacteria to go in. Finally, we'll end this topic with symptoms of olecranon bursitis. So this includes thickness and swelling over the back of the elbow. So what happens is the bursa can be filled with fluid and then it looks like a soft ball. This is pretty similar to another condition called the ganglion cyst, which happens at the wrist. Then finally we have pain and redness and tenderness behind the elbow. This is another symptom, and this happens if the bursa is infected. And when the bursa is infected, this condition is called the septic olecranon bursitis. We have covered injuries related to the joints. So if you reach this point of this video, thanks for watching.